Hello friends, it's Strawberry Witch. We're doing another art journaling video. Today is a video that I've looked forward to doing for a long time. Blah, blah. Because a lot of these pictures, these first spreads that I'm doing, are ones I wanted to do in my previous journal, but I just didn't want them warped. So we're doing them now, and it is shirtless Kaze, because every year for Kaze's birthday, IRL, August 3rd, Yelhsa draws a shirtless picture of him. So that's the first one she ever drew, and this is the second one she ever drew. She also drew a third one. That one's a lot more risque and involves more people than just Kaze, but it was 10 out of 10. I don't have the print yet, though, because it is, as of today, 9/11. So, that picture was just drawn for me. But we love them. I mean, Kaze is a fine man. You know, he is a very fine man. There is no sense in hiding that. And so I'm just doing a fucking spread of him shirtless because I have these prints. I might as well use them, you know? So this one goes right before the Summer Sylvia spread because I like that transition of Kaze is very autumn themed and obviously red and orange themed, and then transitioning to Sylvia, who is in her summer form and is like red and orange, you know, red and orange, excuse me, pink and orange, pink in her femme form, orange in her mask form. So I thought it was a good transition. And I have these two paint samples that I've been saving for him. That white one says, "Tell me a secret," because I thought it worked well with this picture. And the other one says, "Autumn Blaze." This picture on the left is, yeah, like I said, his first ever birthday picture. When his hair is really short. This was at the beginning of the campaign, like the first couple of months, when Kaze went back with the group after they converted him. And the second picture is, I mean, obviously a year later. I don't know how long it was in game time, maybe like 6 months or something. Kaze started growing out his hair because Sylvia wanted him to grow out his hair so she could braid it. And he hated taking care of long hair. So she promised to take care of it for him, like comb it, wash it if he grew it out. Genesis also promised to help when he was with Kaze, so Kaze agreed. He was like, "Sure, fine, I'll grow it out if y'all take care of it." He could be a very lazy individual sometimes. But, so I'm just trying to figure out what orientation I want, because I wanted the moon, because this piece on the left is called Tsukimi. I don't know what the piece on the right is called, to be honest. I don't know if Yelhsa actually named it, gave it a name. But yeah, the one on the left is called Tsukimi. And this was when Yelhsa was pumping out D&D art. That was a crazy year. But I was helping her think of names for the pictures. I think I came up with that name of that one. But yeah, so I wanted the moon kind of reflected in this picture. I was having a hard time figuring out how I wanted the spread to look, how I wanted everything to be pasted on there. And once again, it just got to the point of I just have to put stuff down. No, the second art piece is just titled Happy Birthday Kaze 2024. I just looked it up. It's just called Happy Birthday Kaze 2024. But I wanted the moon reflected in there, and then I liked that bottom piece of paper because it's black and gold, and Kaze's favorite color is black, and obviously his markings are bright gold. So there's another style of black and gold paper. That one has that nice shine on it. This one, yeah, has that nice reflective element to it, which I thought was pretty cool. And then obviously adding the red paint sample in there, not on this one, but I think on the other page. Adding that red paint sample in there to highlight the reds in his picture because everything was darker, so I wanted something to kind of pop, you know. And it's just very fun. It's Kaze. Kaze is a very handsome man, and that has got him in a lot of trouble. both with, his backstory in a very sad way, but also with the group, because apparently when Azazel was asked, Azazel, another player character in the group, when Azazel was asked by this ancient being who he hated the most out of everyone in the world, Azazel was like, Kaze, even though he had apparently gotten over his previous jealousy with Kaze, and they had, you know, gotten over their grievances with one another, but he was still just like, Kaze. So apparently he's also hated for his beauty, but well, his beauty, his confidence. It's funny too because Azazel hates Kaze for very surface level things. And also Azazel doesn't know Kaze like that. Kaze is confident, but he's confident in his physical appearance. He's not confident in himself as a person. He's not confident. He's confident in his abilities as like a fighter and stuff. But he's not confident in the choices he makes, and he's not confident in how he reacts to things. He's a very just insecure person. But because Azazel doesn't know him well and just sees him surface level, he thinks Kaze just is this, not perfect being, but just he's what Azazel wishes he was. So it's crazy. And I just think that is very interesting. I think it's very interesting. But Kaze, despite all of that, does have confidence in his appearance, although he sometimes wishes he wasn't as good looking as he was. He thinks maybe he wouldn't have got in a lot of the situations he was in if he wasn't, but he was dealt the cards he was dealt. He has good genes, even though he doesn't know his parents. He was an orphan. He was abandoned in a bush, and he was crying, and the bush was lighting on fire because fire genasi, and his master found him and adopted him. This little stamp I'm using is part of a set that my friend Ellie gave me. And the stamp, I don't know if you can see it very well, but oh yeah, you can. It says the way you look at me. Because Kaze has a very intense gaze. I mean, especially in that first picture. I don't know. He's got those glowing fire genasi eyes, And especially with these pictures being in the dark, I think that makes his stare even more intense. So I found this stamp that I had, because I have this collection of stamps that Ellie gave me. I was like, I don't know what I'm ever really going to use these for. Well, they found a use, and I think it fits quite well. And now I'm just tying in elements of red. I like the moon sticker. The moon sticker was one of the only things I knew that I wanted, once again, to reflect the nighttime idea. It also has stars, and then those clouds, how they're those swirly clouds. Swirly clouds are very very much a Kaze motif, because those are the kinds of clouds that are on his main yukata that he wears. And then these black and gold stickers, I'll probably always use them for Kaze, because I just relate those two colors, black and gold, with Kaze. And then also this really cool, why can I not talk today? This really cool sword with the red and gold flowers, and then the moon. That's really cool. I like that sticker a lot. I had been saving it for Kaze, actually. And then the moon washi tape, and I put I like that moon sticker too, how it's gold. I kind of wish I had put it on the left side, because I started putting it there, but then I move it to the right side, and it feels like the left page is a lot simpler and the right page has a lot more going on. But I don't hate it. I just maybe would have done it differently. But then maybe the left page would have had too much going on, and the right page would have looked more bare. But I'm really enjoying my stamps. I'm trying to use more of them, because before I left for the US, stamps were, well, not necessarily stamps, but ink was one of the big things I wanted. And then I came back with a bunch of stencils and a bunch of stamps, thanks to my mom and Ellie, when all I wanted was ink. And I've got a bunch of ink too. I got like every color I could possibly want. So I'm going to try to incorporate a lot more stamps and ink and stencils into my pieces going forward. And these little rhinestones, I don't know, I thought they also kind of, because they were so bright and they flashed, you know, like when you hold them up to the light, I thought that also worked really well with Kaze, you know, just standing out, that fire in the darkness kind of vibe. And here's me doing a close-up of the paint samples because you couldn't really see their names from how far away they were. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So far, I've been super happy with all the spreads I've made. And I think this is the second video y'all are seeing in this journal. So that's really exciting. The next one is going to be T-Lats, which I've already recorded as of this moment. I've just got to do the voiceover. I can't speak today. Holy shit. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great, wonderful day. Goodbye. Oh gosh. It's rough out here.